few days ago on the channel, we did a video talking about the fallout from the steel cage match for the WWE Undisputed title on last week's SmackDown on USA Network debut, and we specifically focused on Solo Sikoa and everything that happened with the return of Roman Reigns again to yet again put Solo in a position where he's kind of retreating from the original Tribal Chief, and it was also the dynamic between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu and how that relationship seems to be changing pretty quickly, perhaps, to eventually lead to Solo being overthrown as the true leader of this rogue version of the Bloodline. But the circumstances surrounding that steel cage match did not just extend to what's going to happen with Solo Sikoa. It also extended to potential consequences for none other than our WWE Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes. And we know what happened after the match. It was Roman again making his return, and we saw sort of the unlikely alliance between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns to fight off the Bloodline. And at the end of the show, it was those two signing the contract for the tag team match at Bad Blood, Cody and Reigns against Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. The problem, though, is that Cody Rhodes just made a huge mistake. And the reason Cody just made a huge mistake should seem pretty obvious based on the fact of everything that has happened, not just before WrestleMania 40 and the huge main event there and the fallout from it, but what has happened this summer with Cody Rhodes and particularly Cody Rhodes' friends, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Because if we really think about this, Cody Rhodes has signed up to team with Roman Reigns, and that is something that we did not think we'd ever see, perhaps, unless you were doing the fantasy booking the way that we've done here on the channel about potential War Games matches and all that, and could Cody be involved on Roman Reigns' side and all those things. But we didn't think we'd necessarily see a tag team match until it got a little more clear that this could be a possibility a couple weeks ago. But the fact that Cody made the decision to team with Roman Reigns is not going to sit well with his friends, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. If we start with the latter, remember, when Kevin Owens got completely pissed off at the idea of wanting to be able to challenge Cody for the championship, right? Kevin Owens kept saying, I don't deserve this opportunity. Look at my win-loss record and all this. I don't deserve this opportunity to have a shot at the championship. And then you had the backstage segment, which really could ring true for a while now and could mean a lot moving forward, where you had Cody talking to Nick Aldis about giving Owens that championship match. Owens comes in, and what happened? Aldis mentioned the possibility that Roman Reigns could get another opportunity at the championship to get the rematch that he's not had since losing the belt at WrestleMania 40. And what did Owens do? He snapped. He did not like the idea of Roman Reigns getting a shot at the championship again because Reigns hasn't been here. We know the history between Owens and Reigns, even though Kevin Owens has made the statement before that he somewhat respected the original bloodline of Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso. He's never liked Roman Reigns. And the fact that Reigns was going to be someone who stepped in to get another opportunity at the championship, that did not sit well with Kevin Owens. And we saw his reaction to that in that backstage segment. We get to Bash in Berlin, where Cody Rhodes beats Kevin Owens to retain the championship. But we did see some of those instincts come out, some of those old habits from Kevin Owens, where he thought about really taking it to another level to bring out sort of that dark side of Kevin Owens, to go after his friend to get the championship, because that's what he wanted, right? But Owens decided not to take it too far. Cody beat him, and now it seems like all is well again, right? Well, it may be for now. But I think things are about to escalate pretty quickly because there's someone else involved in this whole thing, and we all know who that is. It's Randy Orton. And because we all know that we're heading towards an eventual feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, which at this point, I think the timing is going to be interesting because when I made my early WrestleMania 41 predictions, right after WrestleMania 40, that was months ago, I picked this as the WrestleMania 41 match. I said Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. But when you saw things start to play out, I'm thinking they may get there a little bit sooner than that. Maybe you do Cody and Orton at Survivor Series. Maybe you do it at the Rumble. There are some different possibilities. But as we start to see this play out, could they do Cody versus Orton at next year's WrestleMania if they decide to do The Rock versus Roman Reigns? It's one scenario that could play out, I think, for WWE. But beyond that, if you think about Randy Orton, and we brought this up so many times now, about how Randy Orton was sidelined for the longest time, right? Not sure if Randy Orton's ever coming back to compete in WWE. And the reason why was the bloodline and the injuries and the things that had really taken their toll on Randy Orton. But he decides to come back. And what does he do when he comes back? Well, Orton decides he's going to help out his old friend Cody Rhodes, who's now in the prominent position. And so as Cody's been still trying to fight with the bloodline post Roman Reigns throughout the summer, Orton has stepped up time and time again to help Cody, and he's put himself in harm's way time and time again to do that. And yet, what is Cody doing? He is deciding to team up with Roman Reigns. And sure, Reigns had no direct involvement in what Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa were doing this summer. But if you really think about this whole thing and really the full circle kind of moment for Randy Orton, it all started with the bloodline to potentially take his career away, and now Cody is going to team up with Roman Reigns to stay in this bloodline mess, when instead, what could Cody be doing right now, right? He could be giving Kevin Owens a rematch for the championship. He could be giving Randy Orton an opportunity to win the championship, which you guys know. Remember that visual on SmackDown we had? What was that, a month, 2 months ago? Whatever it was, where you have Randy Orton sitting there. You have Cody Rhodes sitting there, and the championship is right in the middle of them. And you have Orton staring directly at the championship as Cody is talking, and they're both realizing what this means. But yet, Cody's not going to do that, right? He's not going to give the rematch to Owens right now. He's not going to give Randy Orton a match for the championship. He's going to team up with Roman Reigns, the arch nemesis of these guys for the past several years. Cody is teaming up with Reigns to get back into the bloodline business to help Roman Reigns fight off Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. And I think that decision is going to ultimately prove to be potentially the start of the downfall for Cody Rhodes as WWE Undisputed Champion. And also, it's going to, without question, play a role in his current friendship with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. How does it play out? Well, that remains to be seen. I think there's a lot of interesting ways WWE can do this, but I do think when you start to add everything up, and we're always looking for these hints. You guys know this when we talk about the Bloodline saga and when we talk about this Cody stuff, you're always looking for those little tiny details that Triple H loves to put in there and make everything connect down the road. We're starting to see that now with everything where Owens and Orton were sort of the shield for Cody Rhodes this summer, Money in the Bank and so forth. Now they are the ones kind of on the outside looking in as Cody finds himself in a position where he's teaming with Reigns, and we also know that they're really pushing the possibility that Reigns is going to get another shot at the championship. And so if both of those things happen, we know one's happening for sure. We know the tag team match is happening at Bad Blood. But if then you follow up and Reigns gets another shot at Cody before, let's say, a Kevin Owens gets a rematch or Randy Orton gets his shot, then I think that only adds to the anger and frustration for Cody's two best friends in the whole world, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And that may not be a good thing for the American Nightmare, and his decision to ask for that contract and signing it in the middle of the ring on SmackDown may again prove to be one of the worst decisions that Cody Rhodes has made since he returned to WWE several years ago. How's it all going to play out? As we said, we don't know right now, but I am fascinated to see where they go from here. And as you guys know, we talked about it in the Solo Sikoa video. I'm really fascinated to see how they play out this match at Bad Blood, the tag team match, Cody and Roman Reigns against Solo and Jacob Fatu, because whoever gets pinned, who gets the pin, that's also, I think, going to play into what Cody Rhodes has in store as the champion moving forward. And it could set up, like I said, a lot of different possibilities for Cody. I'm not sure he's going to like any of them based on this decision. And was it a case of, Cody just letting his ego get the best of him? When he said he was done with the bloodline, he made it very clear to Nick Aldis he was not going to get involved. But when Roman Reigns decided to come out and say that he was still the face of WWE, he was still the person that, runs this whole thing, Cody had to come out and he had to confront Reigns, and it led to him reluctantly signing the contract to team with Roman Reigns at Bad Blood. So you guys let me know what you think about this whole situation with Cody Rhodes. How does it play out from here? What do you think the reaction is going to be from Kevin Owens and Randy Orton? Because we know it's coming. We know they have to get to that. How are those two going to react to Cody teaming with Roman Reigns? And how do you see this tag team, Cody and Reigns? How do you see it unfolding when they get in the ring together at Bad Blood? But appreciate you guys watching as always. As I said, check out the Solo Sikoa video we did a couple days ago. Also have a lot of interesting thoughts on that as it pertains to the future of the Rogue version of the Bloodline. And as always, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button as well on your way out. And always appreciate your feedback. Let me know your thoughts on Cody Rhodes. Did he make a huge mistake teaming with Roman Reigns?